Well, I love how you like this, how you drew this script on me, because we go from the good part of animation to a bad part of animation.
Debatable. I mean,
We talking about Fairly Odd Parents, New Wish. When you say debate, what do you mean by debatable? This is
that's what I thought at first. That's what I thought at first when it was announced that they were making a new Fairly Odd Parents series. I was going like, oh, here we go again. But, well, you're going to hear about my thoughts later.
Oh, dude. Wow. Okay, so first off, Nickelodeon, I don't know what you're doing right now. I know that you're on a fire. You're in a freaking like pit fire right now, but we'll discuss that later. But again, Nicktoons is somehow going weird when it comes to Nickelodeon, because we have a brand new Fairly Odd Parents cartoon called New Wish. It premieres on Nickelodeon this spring. This spring? Really?
Yes.
Huh. I thought it actually comes out in summer or later on. So it's coming out real soon then in this case.
Very soon.
Oh, geez. So yes, it's coming out in spring 2024 in the United States. It will come out internationally later on this year. So again, I mean, when you heard about this Fairly Odd Parents thing, dude, Fairly Odd Parents has been in a weird ride right now, considering that they made some live action shows, and they even made that Fairly Odder show, which is like 2D animation with live action. And now you're telling me we have a brand new cartoon for the Fairly Odd Parents? Okay, your thoughts on why we have another Fairly Odd Parents thing?
Gotta make the money, right? They need the ratings, because think about it. Other than SpongeBob, they need to have their second golden boy, their poster child. So if they can't milk SpongeBob, what they got? Fairly Odd Parents.
What do you mean their poster boy? They got SpongeBob, and then Lincoln Loud would be their second poster boy.
The Loud House is definitely up there as well, but they don't milk Loud House nearly as much as Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
Because Fairly Odd Parents, think about it. It spawns a live action movie trilogy. It spawns a live action sequel show, and it spawns this too. So it's something on the lines of they're still milking Fairly Odd Parents. They still think of Fairly Odd Parents as one of the big names.
Again, I don't think Nickelodeon's like thinking thoroughly, because the Loud House at least has 8 seasons. Casa Grande has 3, unfortunately, but SpongeBob has 25 years in existence, and they're still adding more like spin-offs, like Patrick Star Show and the Camp Coral Show.
And the Sandy Cheeks movie.
Oh, God. That comes out in summer of 2024, too, so it's like, what's funny is that Nickelodeon just dropped the Casa Grande's movie, and now we have the Sandy Cheeks movie coming out. It's just a weird ride that Nickelodeon is running through, and then you're just telling me this is a new show that they're popping up? I'm like, we're running out of ideas here, Nickelodeon.
They really are, because Nickelodeon. Okay, I'm just gonna say this right now. Nickelodeon heavily depends on their big names franchises. Rather than pitching new shows, like brand new shows, they resort to making spin-offs, movies, and all that stuff of their biggest franchises.
Well, we never heard of the Fairly Odd Parents since 2020 with Fairly Odder. So this is just, 4 years later, and now we have a brand new cartoon.
So it leaves me wondering, why resort to making more Fairly Odd Parents again? Didn't you already learn your lesson from last time with Fairly Odder that maybe you should leave Fairly Odd Parents alone?
Yeah, exactly. Yet they never learn, do they?
Your guess is as good as mine.
I don't know if it's a big influence for Butch Hartman or something, because I know he's left Nickelodeon. But it's like, then who makes this show? Like, there's got to be influence with Butch Hartman, or somebody behind the scenes is like saying, hey, this is a good idea for a cartoon. It's just weird. Like, why make another cartoon? And again, we'll talk more about this in a little bit. But again, Fairly Odd Parents, it's not the main franchise. I know SpongeBob is your main franchise, but yet you're sucking on it too. Like, it's terrible too. So I don't know what Nickelodeon's doing. Anyways, let's talk about like the Fairly Odd Parents in general, because Fairly Odd Parents used to be great. They had like amazing movies like Channel Chasers and School's Out, and the Jimmy Power Hour, which was amazing back in the 2000s. But then things started to slip under the rug when it comes to the Fairly Odd Parents. So can you like explain your thoughts about the Fairly Odd Parents, like from its highs and lows, and what the hell's going on with it?
Oh yeah, let me tell. Okay, so Fairly Odd Parents was one of the biggest parts of my childhood. I remember watching it religiously. I remember quoting the show. I remember playing the video game. I definitely remember all that good stuff. It was just Fairly Odd Parents was something that I hold near and dear to my heart. And then afterwards, something changed. Something changed where after Fairly Odd Parents and their movies and their spin-offs, something happened where they decided for some reason to have a Fairly Odd baby for whatever reason. Oh, but that's not all. They have a Fairly Odd dog, and they have a second kid for Cosmo and Wanda, for Timmy to share. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, this series is really breaking its own rules, which is pretty ironic because each episode is based on according to rules.
The rules are not even like logical anymore. Like it's pretty much like thrown out the window.
Yeah.
Oh, you can share Fairly Odd Parents. Oh, you can have a fairy dog. Oh, there's a baby. You can have another Fairly Odd parent now. It doesn't make any sense. I'm like, wow, we're kind of really off the rails here when it comes to the Fairly Odd Parents. Like anything can happen in the Fairly Odd Parents. Who gives a care?
Yeah, and it really does. It really does break my heart to know that a iconic show from my childhood has resorted to that.
Well, I mean, so I started watching Fairly Odd Parents when it was like out 1999 or something. That I believe was like the big competitor with SpongeBob, and the Fairly Odd Parents was great. Like first season, second season, third season, everything was all good. I remember watching Channel Chase. This was one of the best like movies I've seen. Even Abracatastrophe was also a really good movie to check out because it was Desmond Crocker finally getting Fairly Odd Parents. And then the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour. I mean, everybody loved it just because Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents were absolutely like great together. I think that was when it started to like slip under the rug. Like things started to like fall down where you get to see Timmy start to have that Fairly Odd baby. And I think, are you agreement here that the baby was the reason why it starts the downfall of the Fairly Odd Parents? Because there are still some good like Fairly Odd Parent like episodes with Poof.
I'm not going to say it's Poof's fault specifically. It's just that ever since Poof was born, the episodes have been subpar, but it hasn't reached to a point where it's gone awful just yet. Like, think of it this way. The Poof episodes, just the Poof episodes, is similar to SpongeBob Season 4, where you notice the decline of the quality, but it hasn't gone down to the point of, oh my god, it's jumped the shark, it's gone awful. It's well on the lines of, it's still decent, but it's not the same as the Golden Age.
So you're telling me SpongeBob Season 4 is when you started to actually stop watching SpongeBob?
No, like I said, Season 4 is good but not great. I'm gonna say it's good but not great.
Look, I haven't checked out SpongeBob in quite a while. I mean, to be fair, there's been some episodes where my sister would actually put up SpongeBob and just put that as background noise. But then to be fair, I haven't like watched SpongeBob in quite a while. So like, I never had a scening session with it to say. Mm-hmm. But no, I mean, Fairly Odd Parents, I feel like the decline started when Poof happened, when a dog came into their life.
Oh God, I hated that much.
So I'm kind of wondering because like I don't follow up with the Fairly Odd Parents ever since they got their dog. But where did Poof go? Where did Poof go? Can anybody answer that? Like anyone in the comments or anything? Where did Poof go? She go to like some sort of like Fairly Odd like center up in Fairy World or something?
I don't know. Continuity just got thrown out the window.
Because seriously, like Poof is gone, and they have a dog, and then now and then after that, after the dog is gone, they share Fairly Odd Parents with another girl.
Seriously, continuity just tossed out the window.
I don't get it. Like they've just ruined the whole franchise because they just continue to make all these like odd stuff here and there.
Yeah, the moment Sparky appeared, and oh my god, I hated that so much. So annoying. But anyway, when Sparky appeared, that's when it really got so awful. That's when it hit bottom of the barrel. From like it made the continuity so much worse. The episodes were cringy to watch. The humor's not even funny. And I swear something happened where Cosmo's voice has somehow screeched for some reason.
Remember, this is Darren Norris, the guy who voices Timmy's dad. So he does duo work, like what Greg Griffith does with Lola and Lana. So Darren Norris, he's doing both the dad, Cosmo, and Jorgen von Strangle.
There was a time
this guy is like OP when it comes to the Fairly Odd Parents right now.
There was a time when no disrespect to the voice actor, he's doing the best he can, but it's just like the direction they take with Cosmo's voice. I feel like he doesn't sound as, mature. He doesn't sound, as good as he did in the older seasons.
Well, but, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just because of like his voice started to like start the decline in that case. But then again, he had a lot of work to do, doing all 3 voices in one cartoon and even more extra voices for like background characters. I feel bad for the guy, but he did a great job when it comes to like actually getting the right voices right.
Yes, and that's what I mean when I say I don't blame the voice actor for this at all. I blame mostly the voice director for it.
Yeah, because it's just not really working out here. I feel like when they were trying to hire more people for the Fairly Oddparents, they said like, "Oh, we don't like the cartoon anymore," and they just like said, "No, no, thanks, we're not going to be a part of this." Oh, so yeah, there's that. But yes, I do want to talk about like the other Fairly Odd Parents stuff that also popped up, like a Fairly Odd Summer of, like, for example, like you had Drake Bell become Timmy Turner. You had what was it? Daniela Monet become Tootie.
I'm just like, no, you do not do that.
And FYI, like the first one wasn't bad, okay? Like I kind of got a kick out of it. I first watched it, it was cool. It was like a 3D animation of Cosmo, Wanda, and Poof was there too. But then when you make 2 and 3, like Fairly Odd Summer, Fairly Odd Christmas, like wait, what are we doing now?
No, here's the thing. The first Fairly Odd the first grow up Timmy Turner movie was so god awful, one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
With Drake Bell?
Yeah, but somehow the sequels managed to be worse.
They are way worse. I'm like,
worse.
Why do we need a summer where they go into a volcano and apparently Timmy Turner comes, like the real, the voice actress of Timmy Turner comes back.
But just because the last 2 were way worse, that doesn't mean the first one wasn't so god awful to begin with. No, it's such an awful movie. Yeah. I hate it.
All right, so I kind of want to just like stop it here, just because we're gonna keep on going down this rabbit hole of like the worst, like how this Fairly Odd Parents become the worst franchise. And let's actually get ourselves back into this idea of a new wish, a brand new cartoon that comes out in 2024 on Netflix. Now, here's the thing. You're thinking that it's going to be Cosmo, Wanda, and Timmy Turner in a brand new cartoon. That is actually half of the case here for this cartoon. So they're going to have Cosmo and Wanda. Yes, they're going to be the Fairly Odd Parents.
Obviously.
But they don't have Timmy Turner this time. There's this new girl named Hazel Wells. So what you thought about this brand new kid that is a part of this cartoon?
Yeah, so when I heard that Cosmo and Wanda were having a new kid, the first thing I thought to myself is, I really hope that they don't screw this up. They probably will, but they better not screw this up. But then the more and more I read about it, and the more I looked into Hazel's character, the more research I did on Hazel's character, the more I thought to myself, okay, you never thought you'd hear me say this, but I'm just going to say it right now. This series has the potential. It has the chance to be decent.
What? What are you saying, Obid?
This show could be decent.
What? Oh, just because Hazel actually uses her wishes for good? Is that the reason why?
No, because
you heard it here, folks. By the way, that he actually thinks this is gonna be good.
I'm not saying it's gonna be. I ain't gonna say. I'm not gonna pretend that this is gonna be the greatest thing ever or anything like that.
I looked at the synopsis too, and Hazel uses her wishes to actually be like help people out, not be selfish like what Timmy Turner did.
But I'm saying this right now is that there's actually good ideas behind the show. There actually really is. Because when you look at Hazel, you could really sympathize with her at the fact of, well, she and her family are moving to a new town called Philadelphia. And honestly,
come on. Really? You're just putting a pun on Philadelphia now?
I'm just going to say something now. One major criticism I have of this, aside from it being yet another Fairly Odd Parents show, is that why Philadelphia? It's so stupid. Like, you come finding Tim Sale in Philadelphia. You couldn't come with more imaginative city. I'm sorry. But
no. We'll go to Dimma Cisco now. Okay, you want that instead?
No, Dim York. Let's go Dim York.
No, that's just. I don't know what kind of things they're making. Why Dim Philadelphia? It doesn't make any sense.
Anyway, despite its really, really stupid town name, I do see where they're going with this, because they're going the different route with Hazel, because ever since she moved to the new town, she's had to leave behind her friends and her old life, and not to mention the fact of how like she feels lonely, especially about how her brother has recently been moving to college. And let's just say there's a part of me that relates to that, because I've been there where since my brother moved to college, I've been kind of lonely myself. So
is that the reason why you think it was actually going to be good, because it kind of relates to you?
One of, but I'm just saying up front that I could actually see. Hey, now this is the kind of situation where having Fairly Godparents is actually warranted. So it is sort of a good idea in which you have a kid who's going through a lonely life that needs Fairly Godparents to, make herself feel whole, make herself feel generally happy with company.
I feel like for Timmy Turner's case, because of a evil babysitter is watching over her is the reason why he needs Fairly Oddparents. This time around, it's more like, wow, life sucks. That's why you need Fairly Oddparents.
Now, while I do like the idea of Fairly Godparents being Timmy's godparents, because evil babysitter, we need to fight this evil, and as well as
to be fair, that's how he ended up actually getting Fairly Oddparents, which, look at the pilot episode, guys. You know that Vicky was the reason why he got Fairly Oddparents.
I do feel like how Hazel got her Fairly Godparents, the idea of her getting the Fairly Godparents in the first place, why she got it seems more complex in comparison to how Timmy Turner got his Fairly Godparents in the first place. Now, I can't really judge and say about what type of episodes that are going to be in this episode, so I'm not going to say right off the bat that, the Hazel episodes are going to be better. I'm not going to say the Hazel episodes are going to be worse. I'm saying at the fact of how Hazel got her godparents in the first place seems, like I said before, much more complex as opposed to, evil babysitter, I need my godparents to fight this evil. I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, when you put it that way, it will tell me that it might actually be. I can't say it's decent. You have a big hill for you to actually make me believe that it's going to be decent. Okay. Look, you're in rock bottom, Fairly Oddparents. You're at rock bottom with all the things that you've done. Fairly Odd didn't look great at all. How can you make me love the franchise if you're currently at rock bottom with that whatever you put up for Fairly Odd? Okay. How can you make me believe that this you wish would actually be great? Plot-wise, maybe good, but animation-wise is another thing too. It doesn't look that great.
It really doesn't? Because
you think it's actually that good?
When I look at because I looked at the promo images, and I do see that the 3D animation looks pretty smooth in my opinion.
Wow, that's saying something too.
I haven't seen the trailer yet, so I haven't seen any of the video promos or trailers. Anything like that.
So the one thing I noticed was that Wanda doesn't have black pants; she has pink pants now. Okay, so
that is one thing. That is one.
What is happening? That is a thing that's changed. Okay, there's not the same Fairly Oddparents that I know here.
It's not the same Fairly Oddparents, but honestly, I'm curious to see another trailer. I want to see more of it before I can really judge. But yeah, I'm just gonna say this right now. Believe you me, I was ready to bash the heck out of this show. I was really ready to bash Fairly Oddparents, You Wish, and the fact that we're getting a Fairly Oddparents episode, but I had to do more research first. I had to keep an open mind, before talking about this. I'm thinking to myself, I can't bring myself to really hate it, but I'm hoping that it doesn't turn out to be another disaster like the Fairly Odder, but we're going to wait and see on that.
We'll have to see. It is currently having 20 episodes for this brand new series. Again, like I've said before, you got to give me a 10 out of 10 of a cartoon in order for me to actually believe that Fairly Oddparents is going to strive in Nickelodeon. But no, it's at the moment right now, the reputation kind of is tarnished right now. It's really rock bottom for me when it comes to the Fairly Oddparents. So if Hazel can and Cosmo and Wanda can try to get the Fairly Oddparents up and at least give it a decent series on Netflix, then maybe there's a chance. But again, you have to set a high bar for this cartoon to become successful.
I'm not going to say it's a 10 out of 10, but I'm just going to say from the way I'm seeing it, it's definitely going to be much better than Fairly Odder, much better than the Fairly Oddparents live action movies.
So do you have? So I think we answered the question. You have faith in this series. So you have faith in this series.
I would say I have semi-faith. It could turn out to be really good, or it could turn out to be really bad. It could fall in either category.
I don't have much faith in this series. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just putting it out there, man. I mean, Fairly Oddparents, you have a long way to go when it comes to actually recovering yourself from the abysmal stuff that you've done recently for this franchise.
I don't really blame you for saying that because, yeah, based on the amount of Fairly Oddparents material we have gotten, I would imagine you have Fairly Oddparents fatigue. Heck, I have Fairly Oddparents fatigue based on those god-awful movies and shows. But I'm just saying that based on what I've seen here so far, I'm willing to keep an open mind about this.
Okay, but that's in your case here. Yeah. But again, Fairly Odder comes out this spring. We don't know if it's going to live up to the OG series, to be fair, but I don't know. I'll watch one episode. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Again, you give me a bad look. It's a bad look already for the Fairly Oddparents. What makes you think it didn't actually look great? Oh, new character, no Timmy Turner. Can we at least have a Timmy Turner reference here and there? Maybe something of that nature.
In its defense, though, this is actually following the rules very well. It's not breaking from any continuity.
Oh, I don't know about that. We're just wait till a couple more episodes come in and then they break the rules again.
From what I've seen, the plot line feels like this is a Fairly Oddparents plot summary that is flowing naturally, as opposed to, the grown-up version of Timmy Turner has fairy godparents, even though fairy godparents go away forever at the age of 16. The fairy godparents are the fairy godparents of two kids, Timmy's relative and Timmy's relative stepbrother.
Yeah,
that's
let's just get those aside, okay? Let's not care about that girl that ended up going with Timmy Turner for Fairly Oddparents. I forgot her name, and that tells
Chloe.
You I don't care. and then the other two characters that also got Timmy Turner's. It's so weird because it kind of has that continuity now, where Timmy graduates and Cosmo and Wanda goes with those kids, and then Cosmo and Wanda apparently now goes with this kid now. Come on, you gotta give me answers here. No matter what, for those who are interested in Fairly Oddparents New Wish comes out this spring 2024. We don't actually know a release date when it'll come out, but it is coming out this spring. So if you are interested in watching it, it'll be out there on Netflix. Have fun with it, guys.
Yeah. like I said before, for those who don't want to see it because Fairly Oddparents fatigue, I don't blame you. But for those who are interested in seeing it, it's just something to to check out for yourself and make your own judgments about it.
We'll see.